tonight. It's the night that we're going to have our inaugural Food Leader Badge Award recipients. These are folks in our community who've been really leading the way. And tonight we want to recognize them. And this will be the beginning of something we'll continue to do each year at this event. Those who are helping to change the future by leading. So we created the Food Leader Badge. And this is our way to elevate these community leaders and businesses who are aligned with our mission and who are actively working to make our region a better place to live and to thrive. These recipients set a high bar through education and by engaging our community about the importance of eating locally and responsibly. And they set a strong example for how stewardship can increase the health, resilience, and happiness of our communities. And I mean this community on both sides of the border. We are one bioregion, and we are one very large community. Somebody said it takes a village, and we are all so fortunate to have these award recipients tonight in our village. All right. Now, the first recipients are names you might not recognize. They just happen to own San Diego Magazine. This is Claire and Troy Johnson. Come on up here. In case you don't know them, they're kind of OGs in the food community here in San Diego. They have owned San Diego Magazine since 2021, but have been involved in writing for it for long, long before that. And Troy was there at the beginning of the Berry Good Night dinner, which was the origin of the foundation, and he was our MC for many years. Although I think Carlos Anthony's giving you a run for the money tonight, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I think that guy's on fire. So they really have done amazing work in our community, bringing a spotlight to San Diego chefs, farmers, food activists. They are food writers, and they're bringing around change through their active and engaged journalism. So thank you both, and you are our first award recipient, and I have a feeling you'd like to say a little something.
Michelle made a mistake of inviting me to that first dinner. When I first met Michelle and I first met Very Good, you meet a lot of people that want to do good, and they say that they're going to do good, and then they just vanish. And they genuinely, it's because it's hard. It's hard to do good, right? It's absolutely impossible. So you have to motivate a lot of people. You have to keep systems in place, and you have to continually beat your head against a wall to get good done. And this organization has done that. It's evolved, and it's really become something that's really, inspiring. The reason why I got into food writing is because I lost a job. I got fired. To be totally honest about it. But I didn't want to write about food. I thought food was a very pretentious thing that was done by people in soft sweaters around an Aspen timeshare just talking about microgreens. And the reason why I fell in love with it so much was because once you start to just scratch at the surface, you start seeing the ecology behind it, you start seeing the farm workers, you start seeing cultures, you start seeing religion and everything told through a single plate of food. We just heard Arthi talk about how much that was meant to her culture, that dish. You can learn so much about it, and really what we learn is how important local food is, how important those schools, the gardens in those schools are. I grew up with a microwave in a fast food lane. I thought lettuce was grown inside of a Big Mac. So remember that first tomato you ever tasted that was from a farmer's market, or you grew it yourself, and you're like, this is a completely different species. I don't even know what this is. It tastes so good and juicy and everything else. So that's why this matters. Imagine if we got these kids, the gardens in those schools, and we got those we really involved the farms with schools, restaurants, communities like these, and you really were eating local food from the source. Not only are you getting more nutrients, you're getting better flavored food. Maybe I wouldn't crave an Oreo quite as much. Maybe I wouldn't find myself just crushing flaming hot Cheetos at 2 a.m. Because this kind of food that you're eating now would be readily available, and that's exactly what these guys done. It's been an honor to be here tonight, you guys. Thank you so much.